consulting on Main Street, 105 Main Street. My question is how to either cut the candidates. We would like to know, actually I've been in business on Main Street for nearly 7 years, and there's been a lot of back and forth talk regarding the two-way traffic on Main Street. So honestly, I'd like to get an honest answer to know whether or not we're ever going to get the two-way traffic on Main Street, which all of the business owners are dying for. Thank you.
Yeah, we went to the state. The state had approved a $6 million bond to return downtown traffic to two-way. I went to the state and said, I want the money. And they said, we need planning money. I had $2 million that we got from Senator Kennedy's office. Actually, it came in the administration prior to me. I said, we have the $2 million for the plan, we want the $6 million. Well, they stalled again and said, well, you have to go and do this report to verify the information that you can still do the two-way traffic. So they kept withholding, they wouldn't let us use the funds that we had. We finally used Chapter 90 money and went out and had a report done. The report is back. We are going back to them for the money. The report's done. We will start immediately doing the recirculation plan downtown Brockton, which will include two-way traffic on Main Street.
I can't respond to that directly. Certainly, we've been waiting and promised, we've been waiting for it and been promised for some time that change would happen. But that's sort of symbolic of all the promises that we've been waiting for that haven't materialized under this administration. I would say that urban planning is critical, that getting our downtown jump-started again is critical, because most people actually judge cities not by the outskirts and the neighborhoods, but by how prosperous your downtown is. So that would be one of the top priorities for my administration, is to make certain we get downtown fixed. But it has to be connected with the rest of the city. What we've seen too often in Brockton is ad hoc planning, where individuals may have some great ideas. I'm not dismissing the ideas to do certain things with certain plots of land in certain parts of the city, but normally it struggles when it's not connected to the city as a whole in a comprehensive plan. So I go back to an idea that I think is very, very promising for Brockton, working with MIT and bringing some of the best talent around urban planning into our city in partnership with students from Brockton High, and Stonehill College, and Massasoit College, so we can build leadership within our city around this issue. We spent, over the last 10 years, close to $2 million on planning in the city. Yet we're still using a city plan from 1998. It's 10 years old. And if you look at that plan, and it's available to everyone to look, it's really a collection of promises and ideas with no milestones, no sense of accountability, no time. And so to spend almost $2 million to be using a 10-year-old plan and to still be waiting for something as simple as changing the direction of streets. I'm not saying it's certainly expensive, but it's not sending someone to the moon. Certainly then indicates that we need to do a better job with taking advantage of the money that we have in place already. So good ideas don't necessarily mean new money. It means leveraging the money that we have more efficiently and effectively.
I think that for the first time in all the time that I've been around, that there actually is a plan in place for downtown Brockton. We've now got one of the key ingredients that we need, and that is that people are moving in there, that the condos that are being built there, people buying them, living there, and once they start to move in, and we'll start seeing the need for, and the private money will be invested in restaurants and those different in small stores and those kinds of things. That's how you rebuild it. You don't come in and do it overnight. We have put together a plan with professional planners to put the 40 smart growth districts in place, because that's where the plan is going forward. We have areas, 5 different areas that the City Council and the state have approved, which just got us eligible for $600,000 to do some of the infrastructure changes down there. So we're making progress. You know, I never expected when I became mayor 2 years ago to solve every problem in the city. What I did expect to do was to make some decisions that would make us do the right decision. One of the decisions that I made that I'm very proud of is the fact that I didn't go to MIT, and I didn't go to MIT and ask the people to come out here and help tell me what to do. What I did is I went to the people of Brockton. We have these visioning sessions where the people from Brockton are coming in, and they're giving their ideas of what they want the city to look like going forward. So I think it makes a lot more sense to deal with the people who live here are gonna have to put up with, or live with whatever's left when you do these plans, is to bring those people to the table, ask them what they wanna do. You know, we have people that, the Boston Architectural Society has volunteered to come down and do these visioning sessions for us, and to bring in the community. I know Mr. Stewart was at the first session back a few weeks ago. I made sure that he and Ms. Kelly were invited, because I think it's something that's gonna go on no matter who would be the mayor. So I think that we're making progress, we've gotten measurable results, and that's what you're gonna ask for out of the mayor.
That's last word from you. Yeah, I think what we're hearing is a double talk from the mayor. So he says, first of all, that he's not going to go out and get outsiders to come into Brockton. Yet he then mentioned he connected with the Boston architectural firm, who are outsiders who are helping us do the work in Brockton. And the reality is, the plan that I propose means getting deeper into the communities. We want ideas coming from folks who's not on that guest list to come to a visioning session, but we want people knocking on doors, asking you what you want. It's an incredible distinction between what the mayor is doing. A few weeks ago, he's been in office, he's been mayor for 2 years, and a few weeks ago he decides to hold a visioning session, around urban planning. Secondly, the work that we need to do, I think, needs to be as broad-based as possible, involving as many folks as possible, going into the community as much as possible. So I think we're talking about the same thing. I've been talking about putting this plan together from the very beginning. I have concerns about 40R in the downtown area. I think smart growth is a great way to go. There are lots of opportunities. 40R has some caveats that you have to follow that I'm still not totally convinced is the right thing to do for downtown. Part of that mix includes low-income housing. That mix concerns me in the downtown area, because we have a large number of individuals. We have a concentration of that kind of housing downtown already. We need to, I think, better diversify downtown to bring in more of, if you're looking at retail development and others, that it may not be the right mix. I'm not exactly certain, but I just don't want people to believe that shouting out a number, 40R, means that it's necessarily the right way to go in terms of planning, specifically for downtown. It may work actually better for other parts of the city. And we see smart growth happening with the lofts, but what we're not seeing at the moment is the other parts of it. We need to have, no place at the moment for people to go and shop.
That's fine.
And restaurants. And so it needs to be more focused and fully implemented.
One last question.